April 4th, 2019. This is my wife's car. We're getting ready. I'm replacing the lower control arm bushings on this. About 2 years ago I had it down and I put struts, the stabilizer bar links, tie rod ends, new rack, power steering pump. I had the cradle dropped out, resealed the motor on it. And then here in the last couple months it's developed a clunk. And so the car's got almost 140,000 on it right now. So these are the bushings that came out of it. You can see where it's cracked in here. So they were time to be done. This is the vertical one that goes in the front. The one in the rear was not near as bad right here. It wasn't near as bad as the other one. So, but you got it out. I'm going to replace them both. I've got the other ones coming. So I've got the control arm out, and so I've got the new bushings for it, and the bushings line up where these slots in the bushing line up with the arm on the control arm. So what I've done is I've marked them with a gold magic marker so I can keep track of them. And then I was able to push them out with an 1.5-inch impact socket, which worked really good to push them out, but the problem is it won't stay lined up. It rocks back and forth when you try to put it in the press. So I made me a little pusher on the lathe so it fits nice and snug on the top there and keeps everything in alignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down and go ahead and push a bushing in and find a decent vantage point here where you can be able to see. Okay. So just using this is just a 20-ton Harbor Freight press. Nothing extravagant, but it does the job. So these control arms also, one side has got a deep bevel on it, and one is real sharp. So it's easier to push it in from, that's the top side of the control arm. So I've got my marks lined up, and I'm going to go ahead and push it in. And this way, it's only going to be able to push it in until it stops, and I'll have to put a sleeve underneath it to push it the rest of the way, but there was just too much trying to keep the bushing lined up to get it in and started in the hole. And I didn't have enough hands to do it. Okay, so we're down all the way right now. So there we go, we're in. So what I'm going to do now is drop the press down one notch so I can get my spacer in there. That's got one or two on there. Halfway through, equal amounts overhanging, so we'll stop it and we'll get down a little bit to make sure we don't go too far. Right there. just about halfway through, so I'm going to leave it right there. It looks good. So what I did before I pushed it in, these moved bushings were square on the end, which didn't really make them very easy to push in, so I just got on the sander and put a little bevel on it, so it helped it line it up in the taper. So that's it. Still waiting for the rear bushings to come from Amazon. They should be here tomorrow. So we'll shoot a video of pressing them in and then putting this back together again. What I did in order to get the control arms out, the easiest thing I found was I dropped the apron out from underneath the front so you can get to the bolts for the K member. And then as I've got the jacks positioned in the factory notch in the body that where you would put the jack if you had a flat tire. So that's a jack point. So what I did is just put the floor jack underneath the K member here and hold it up, take them bolts out, and then just let it drop down to give me enough room to get it out from underneath the ball joint stud, and then wiggled everything out of there. You got to take the control arm or the stabilizer bar links loose because you can't get the control arm out. It's in the way. So yeah, maybe when we try to put it back together tomorrow, we'll shoot some video on how we get it back together. I went out looking on YouTube, and there wasn't any description on how to replace the bushings in these cars. They're getting old. Most of them got 150. My sister's one's got 230,000 miles on it, and it's got a knock in the front too. So we will shoot some more video when we go to push the rear side of the bushing in, and also reinstall the lower control arms on the car. So that's it for right now.